Coastal waters are a haven for recreational boating activities. The increasing number of recreational vessels operating in the area surrounding the approaches to ports can create navigational difficulties and hazards for commercial shipping. Similarly, the operation of large ships near smaller vessels can present hazards and consequences not immediately apparent to small boat operators. For your own safety, stay clear of big ships at all times. At certain times of the year, for example snapper season, recreational vessels engaged in fishing tend to congregate in the approaches to port channels, anchorages and transit lanes. In addition to powered vessels, yachts participating in events near shipping channels or transiting coastal entrances in offshore races also cause difficulty for the safe navigation of large commercial vessels from time to time. Where big ships approach a coastline or port, it is likely the waterway will be shared by many other types of vessel. The key to avoiding conflict with big ships is being aware of the risks, the rules, and exercising common sense. In this program, we'll look at reasons you may not be able to anticipate the path of a big ship, why a big ship may not see a small boat, why a big ship is so dangerous to a small boat even when not in close proximity, and some simple rules to apply to avoid conflict between big ships and small boats. For your own safety, stay clear of big ships at all times. Commercial vessels operate 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. Large vessels must maintain speed to steer, and in most cases they must stay in the channel. It's the only place deep enough for them to operate. Large vessels in a channel cannot alter course or easily slow down, and they cannot stop without losing the ability to steer. Large vessels approaching bridges, bends in the channel, and leaving and approaching their wharf must be lined up and committed to their approach well ahead. It is dangerous and difficult for them to change course. At the entrance or exit to a channel or port facilities, large vessels will often be tracking fixed lead lights. Despite the absence of channel markers, big ships may not be able to alter course. The bridge of a big ship can be hundreds of meters from the bow, obscuring the captain's view directly ahead. In fact, a ship's blind spot can extend up to 1 kilometre forward of its bow. The speed of a ship or tug can be deceptive. Large vessels may travel at speeds in excess of 20 knots. It generally takes 1 to 2 kilometres for a large ship to stop, even with its engines going full astern. On some waterways, the channel extends bank to bank, so expect vessel traffic on any portion of the waterway. Large ships can disrupt the water for long distances from their path. Bow waves are large surface waves caused by the bow of a ship pushing through the water. A bow wave can swamp small craft hundreds of metres away from the ship. Prop or wheel wash can result in severe water turbulence hundreds of metres behind a large vessel. This effect can also swamp or capsize a small boat. Small boats can be unexpectedly drawn toward big ships when passing close amidships due to the operation of bow and stern thrusters in port areas or anchorages, and at higher speeds due to hydrodynamic effects. In rivers and port zones, a ship or tug's powerful engines can also cause a smaller vessel to be pulled toward the larger vessel when passing alongside. All of these effects can swamp or capsize a small boat. Sailing near large vessels can be hazardous due to the reduced and unpredictable wind in the lee of the large vessel. Yacht skippers and windsurfers should know that a large vessel can steal their wind, resulting in a loss of manoeuvrability, headway and the capacity to avoid conflict. Five short blasts indicate the master of the ship is unsure of your intentions or doubts that you are taking enough action to avoid collision. Move clear of vessels sounding this signal. Ships, tugboats and port control use VHF radio to communicate. Emergency communication is conducted on VHF channel 16 and alternate channel 67. If you are unsure of your situation or another vessel's intentions, contact them to assure separation. Channels are marked with port and starboard lateral marks. Port lateral marks are red with a cylinder or square on the top. They mark the left side of the channel when inbound to a port. At night, port lateral marks are lit with a flashing red light. Starboard lateral marks are green or black with a cone or triangle at the top. They mark the right side of the channel when inbound to a port. At night, starboard lateral marks are lit with a flashing green light. Transit lanes or transit-only lanes run parallel to and up to several hundred metres either side of commercial shipping channels and fairways. They are marked with a yellow special mark and lit with a yellow light at night. Small boat operators must not anchor, moor, drift or engage in fishing activities within a channel or transit-only zone. All vessels are required to operate according to the international regulations for preventing collisions at sea. These regulations are also enshrined in state legislation. Harbour Master's directions for the ports of Melbourne and Geelong dictate that vessels under 50 metres in length must give way to vessels over 50 metres. Harbour Master's directions are available from your local port authority. Use safe anchorages. It is illegal and dangerous to tie up to navigation aids like buoys and channel marks and to anchor in channels. Cross channels only when safe to do so. Do not impede the passage of a vessel which can safely navigate only within a shipping channel. Yachts must stay clear of large vessels at all times, even when racing. Large vessels have right of way as they may be restricted in their ability to manoeuvre or constrained by their draft. The master of any vessel is responsible for maintaining a lookout at all times. Crew and guests on your boat should be used to maintain a lookout, particularly for large vessels. If you can't see the windows on the bridge of a big ship, its crew may not be able to see you. Understand whistle signals. Five short blasts on the whistle indicates that the vessel is unsure of your intentions or doubts you are taking enough action to avoid collision. Take obvious and immediate action to move clear of vessels sounding this signal. Don't boat, jet ski, sail or windsurf in and around large vessels. Jumping wakes, riding close alongside or cutting under the bow of a large vessel could cause a boat or skier to be sucked through the vessel's large propellers and bow or stern thrusters. Avoid cargo loading berths and parked or moored vessels. Stay clear of loading areas, turning areas or terminals. In some areas, recreational vessels are prohibited from operating in these areas. Watch for large vessels lighting at night. Don't rely on trying to hear a vessel approaching. If you see both side lights, red and green, you're dead ahead and in the path of danger. When operating at night or in times of restricted visibility, ensure that your boat displays appropriate navigation lights. The radars of large vessels are limited in their ability to detect small craft and do not detect wooden or fiberglass vessels. Know the area you are operating in and local rules which may apply. Be aware of the international regulations for preventing collisions at sea. Remember, never anchor, moor, drift or engage in fishing activities within a channel or transit-only zone. Stay clear. Remember, large vessels cannot alter course or stop quickly. Small craft may be hard to see from the bridge of a large vessel. Small craft should not always assume they have been seen. In shallow waters, large vessels may not be able to deviate from their course, and small craft should be prepared to avoid these large vessels and make it clear that they are avoiding them. Stay clear. For more information, contact your local Port Authority or Transport Safety Victoria.